man discovered that the giants were migrating. He quickly called out loudly, hoping to get their attention. He wanted to ride on one of the giant's shoulders. For a while, after thinking it over, the giant agreed to the man's request. Just as she was about to lift the man onto her shoulder, a fox suddenly began to howl furiously, and in place of the man, he rejected the giant's offer. The man had no choice but to continue walking on his journey to the place where his head would be cut off. This was a debt he had owed for a year. As King Arthur's nephew, Jack was the only one eligible to inherit the throne. But Jack lacked any true knightly spirit. Even though King Arthur wanted him to take the throne, Jack had no heroic deeds to win the people's favor. To help her son claim the throne, his mother chose to cast a spell on Christmas Day, summoning the legendary Green Knight. He stormed into King Arthur's round table immediately, making the knights present uneasy. King Arthur signaled for him to step forward and explain his purpose. The Green Knight handed over a letter inviting everyone to participate in a game. Whoever could hurt him would win the honor and wealth of the Green Knight, but the victor would have to visit the Green Chapel 1 year later, where the knight would return. The wound they inflicted on him today. King Arthur looked around, and everyone bowed their heads, unwilling to face the challenge. But for Jack, this was an opportunity. He decided to step forward and try. King Arthur drew his sword and urged Jack to take on the challenge. To everyone's surprise, the knight made no move to strike. Instead, he threw down his axe, knelt on the ground, and offered his neck for Jack to strike. So Jack cut off the knight's head. He had proven his bravery to everyone. Turning to King Arthur, he asked for his reward, but to his shock, the knight's body stood up again. The knight picked up his head and declared that Jack had made a pact for 1 year. He then returned to the Green Chapel. From that moment on, Jack became a hero admired by all. However, the year passed quickly, and Jack began to fear that his head would be chopped off to ease her son's, where his mother wove a magical belt. As long as the belt was worn, Jack would never be in danger of death. If Jack returned safely, he would be eligible to become a knight and inherit King Arthur's throne. Jack had no choice but to take the knight's massive axe and fulfill the pact. Soon Jack arrived at the Green Chapel, where he sat before the knight's statue, waiting for Christmas Day to come. When the first rays of sunlight touched the earth, the Green Knight opened his eyes. He picked up the axe from the ground and asked Jack if he was ready to fulfill the pact. Jack knelt down, taking the same posture the Green Knight had assumed a year ago, waiting for the knight to strike his head. But before the knight could move, Jack's fear took over, and he made a flinching motion. He encouraged himself to stay brave, and in that moment he removed the magical belt. He was ready to face his fate and become a true knight. Unexpectedly, the knight saw Jack's attitude and smiled with satisfaction. It was in that moment that the man finally understood the true meaning of being a knight. He had truly learned to live by embracing death.